Hey y'all, it's your girl Ariza and I'm back. Today I have a different video for you. I'm going to be talking about the updates of 2026. I don't know when you're watching this video, but we are still in the big 2025 and there's some big changes coming with ASWB exams. So I want to make sure my people are prepared and can decide whether they want to test now or would they rather test later. I know we're at crunch time. I know a lot of you are trying to enroll in a boot camp and do different things to kind of make sure you're ready and prepared. And I recommend you do so because there are some changes coming and they are going to impact us all, including moi, who has to update my course and do a lot of different things to make sure that I am ready so you guys can be ready, you know? All right, so I'm gonna share my screen because these are some notable changes that I want you guys to be able to see visually so you can understand what you might want to do and help you make a really good, solid decision. I know this is coming in this holiday time, but don't worry, your girl got you. Just make sure you listen and focus on what I'm going over so you can make a really good decision on whether you want to move forward or whether you want to wait. All right, as you know myself, I'm Ariza, your coach, your test prep guru, your personal hype squad, whatever you need me to be to help you level up and pass this exam. So today I'm going to go ahead and go over a few key pointers. And if you have any questions or this doesn't register with you, make sure you hit me in the comment section, or better yet, you should be in the community by now. And if you're in the community, you can send me a DM and we can jump on a call and talk about it or whatever's going to ease your mind, because I need you to be in test ready mode and focus so you don't need to worry about all the other stuff. If you need to make a decision on test now and a test later, hit your girl up. That's what I'm here for. Without further ado, let's jump in. Why this matters. The ASWB is updating all license and exam blueprints starting in January 2026. So of course they could possibly push it back a little bit, but everything's stating early beginning of the year. So we're going with January 2026. And these updates are going to reflect modern day social work practice. So again, the structure is going to be a little different. It's going to be a little simplified to make sure that we're utilizing this modern day structure. So if you plan to test before 2026, you'll take the current version. Don't worry about this. You shouldn't even be watching this video because you're getting ready to pass that exam and be done. However, if you don't plan on testing into the big 2026 or after, you'll need to focus on this new version. So decide now, hurry up and test this year. Well, not really hurry up, but prepare and test this year, or plan strategically for 2026 and moving forward. Quick overview, the number area of contents. Right now, you know, we got those 4 domains. We got the human development, assessment, we got the clinical and client interventions, we got the ethics, all of that stuff. Boom. The new format, only 3 areas. Ethics first. I've been telling you guys that forever. Ethics is hitting at an all-time high. We're looking at a 30, maybe 30 something % of ethics is on to be in the exam. So they are really making sure you understand and you know that ethics is here to stay. So it's going to be like ethics, assessment, clinical interventions, those type of things, client interventions, all of that stuff. Human development. I know everybody's asking, is human development going to be there? Human development is going to be weaved in, but it's not a section or category of its own. More to come on that. All right. So basically the current one, we focus on knowledge, skills, and abilities. You've heard of those cases or KSAs, whatever you call them, but that's what we're focusing on now. Moving forward, they're moving to something called AKS, which is applied knowledge statements, meaning you don't just have to do recall and know a thing and have a skill and have the ability. You have to apply the information that you know into these questions and into these scenarios. It's meant to make us a little bit more in tune to what we do as social workers. Is it going to be harder? The verdict is still out on that. All right, question count, 170 questions, 150 scored, 20 thrown out. Same thing. New format, old format. So it don't matter. When you go on that testing site, you still going to have 170 questions, 20 going to be thrown out pre-test, or whether we call them for experimental or whatever they are. Either way, they don't count. We just got 150. We got to focus and lock and load on that. All right. The format is still multiple choice, and you got 4 options in the new, 4 options in the old, but more so 3 options in the new. So I do need to update that because the new options are going to be more 3 option answers, which you've been working towards that a lot. I'm sure most of the test prep services and programs and questions and quizzes and all that stuff you've been taking has been showing you some 3 question options, because right now that's about 25 or 35% of the questions now are 3 question options. So when it switches over, it should be no surprises when you see all of them, or like 75 to 90% of them being the 3 question options. All right. Ethics right now weighs about a good 19 to 21%, but I'm telling you the new format, we're looking at well over 25%. So we're in the 30 range for ethics. So you gotta know it. Right now is the current format, but January 2026 is gonna be the new one. Hey guys, real quick, it's your girl. I wanted to stop by and show you I got my merch. Yes, everything is up in action. You guys have been asking for, so make sure you go to the Shopify store and check it out. Right there, ArizaHillman.shop. Check it out. You get the nice little package in the middle right before the holidays. Look at that. Oh, baby, I'm telling you, I'm rocking this all winter long. And then the summertime come, I already got the request for the tank tops. Your girl is working on it. So make sure you stop by the Shopify store. Right at the bottom of this description, you'll see the store, and just go ahead and purchase some merch. See you soon. All right, like I shared, 4 domains. Now we're moving to 3 domains. This is to make it clearer. So you have the human development, diversity, assessment. This is what we have now. Moving forward, we got value and ethics. See, that's at the top. That's the doom data. We got to really know that. And then you got the assessment and the planning, and then the intervention and the practice. I don't know what the doom data is, but anyways, you guys got it. It's the big thing. All right. The exam now aligns with how we actually work, from values, ethical values, to assessing clients, to actually intervening with clients. So it kind of flows, this might be a good thing for us. Key change number 2, moving from the KSAs to the applied knowledge statement. So basically this is what it is. Say right now, you have to know the stages of the grief theory, but moving forward, you're going to have to apply the grief theory when supporting clients through a loss. So how does that actually work? Death and dying and DABDA and all this stuff, but Kubler-Ross taught you the techniques, but now how do we apply it when we're working with clients? See, it's a little different. Now we actually putting in the work when it comes to these questions. Also, another thing is sometimes you have to recall, like you can just know the stages. Now you have to select the appropriate intervention based on what's happening with the client in its totality. So I know it sounds simple and you guys are like, well, we already do that. So if you're ready to do it, you're good to go. But if you haven't done a lot of this, be prepared, because that is a subtle but very important change and shift. All right. So you'll need to understand the concepts and how to apply them in context. The same thing. If you've been using the first, next, best, most method, you're already trained for it. You're already good. You're already there. We're just going to take it a little bit step further in our programs to make sure you truly understand and know how to apply this information versus just understanding it. So I've been saying since day one, in my programs, we don't memorize. We understand and we analyze so we can actually apply it in these scenarios. So if you've been doing that, you are good to go and ahead of most. All right, question number 3, ethics front and center. Yes, ethics, baby. Ethics all day. I've been saying ethics first before these changes even came into action. Ethics is everything. I even got the ethics series coming for you guys because it's super important that we know the ethics. You got to know it first and center. It moves from being the final domain to the first and most prominent domain. So ethics, what? First. You got it. Absolutely. So this is approximate. You got about a 25% plus increase for the ethics, about 35% for assessment and planning, and about 35. I have 40% up here, but about 35 too. Because if you think about it, it's only 100%. So you're probably looking at like 30s, each percentile being in the 30s, and then the numbers are going to fluctuate. I've seen a lot of different literature. Some are showing 33, 35, 36. Some are showing 34, 30. Like, it's very subtle, but it's definitely in the 30s. So just be prepared that it's going to be balanced between ethics, assessment and planning, and that intervention practice. So just being mindful of all of that. Ethics is not just one section. It's going to be woven into a lot of different questions throughout the exam, the way it is now. So just be prepared for it. All right. In short, same format, different blueprint, different emphasis. So that's what we need to focus on. You still got that 4-hour time limit. You still got them 4 option answers. I'm thinking they're going to probably do completely 3. I've been saying 3 for a while, but they might shift and keep a little 4 in there, but be prepared for 3. And then the test center online options stay the same. They have been considering doing some online proctoring because I know what's the other exam? The NCC and NCC, the one that you take when you're a professional counselor, they do allow that where you can actually take the exam in your home and it's proctored that way. So that is something that the ASWB has been talking about for a while. So it looks like it will be coming in 2026. We don't know all the details and all the gist and how it's going to work out, but that's a probability that it will happen. But if you can get to the testing center and go ahead and schedule this test, go ahead and do what you've been doing so you can go ahead and be ready for it right then and there. You don't want to be too comfortable in the home, All right, so this is pretty much what's the things that are changing, aren't changing. So right now, this is what I need you to decide. If you're testing before 2026, stick with what you got. Use the bootcamp resources I provided if you've done my bootcamp. Focus on the time and focus on consistency, building your confidence. If you are a repeat test taker or near ready, I would suggest taking the exam before 2026. 2026. That's my suggestion. But if you test in 2026 or later, you're going to have to adjust to some new changes. You're going to have to expect some revised domains, some revised examples. We're going to be focusing on some applied reasoning, integration, all that kind of stuff. So it's ideal if you're starting fresh and you just got approval and you're getting prepared to take the test, to go ahead and just wait for the 2026 and, maybe give yourself a month or so with the new format and all of that. But if you are ready and you've been preparing, go ahead and knock it out this year so you can bring it to 2026 with no stressors and no changes that you would need to make. All right, guys, real quick, I'm always talking about the community, the LCSW vibes. We leveling up. And this is the sneak peek of the community. As you can see, it's on and popping. We got a lot happening. I got ethics over here, human development, or study guides that you guys asked me about on the YouTube channels, all right there. Test questions. You just want to level up and learn and see if you can answer those questions. I'm testing your knowledge. Let me go back to the home screen. If you want to learn more about what services I offer and what other things are there, that is where you go to the learning tabs. We leveling up, so why don't you join so you can level up too. All right, now to December 2025, current format, still active. 2026, we're moving to the 3 domain structure. That things start beginning. So stay subscribed to our channel, guys, LCSW Vibes. Join the Elite Bootcamp because I want to make sure the bootcamp is always up to date and it's going to make sure it's giving you everything you need. My courses are going to be updated. I'm going to be spending a lot of time during the holidays working on this thing. I'm just letting you know I might not be as available for a lot of you guys that are used to being able to engage and interact with me because I really got to make sure that you guys are ready for those that are testing in 2026. I do appreciate you guys watching this video in its entirety because I'm telling you it's going to help you really understand what to do and how to move forward. All right, so 2025 retesters, you got all the stuff you need. Don't shift your strategy. Stick with what you got. Don't worry. Don't overwhelm yourself. Learn to think like the exam, not just memorizing terms. I've been saying that for a long time. So if you've been doing that, you're going to be easy going when it comes to switching. It's going to be easy going when it comes to switching. I want you to expect heavier integration of some ethics and some cultural competence stuff if you're testing in 2026, and we're going to be focusing a lot on application questions and clinical reasoning to make sure you really hone in on that. That recall stuff, we ain't going to be talking about that too much. All right. So whether you test this year or next, we got you covered. Make sure that you're aware that it's changing. We have an AI tutor, which is adapting to the new program really easily. It's so much easier for those that in my program that are using the AI tutor to feel up to date and be able to get those questions and everything aligned to the new format. So thank you so much for watching this video. Here goes some information. If you want to join the bootcamp, or if you want to join the test prep program, you decide. But either way, your girl got you. Thanks you so much for watching and tuning in. And if you have any questions, here's some frequently asked questions that people have been asking. Is the exam getting harder? Not necessarily, but the focus is on application, not trickier. So, but if you've been studying the first, next best, all that kind of stuff, you're ahead of the curve. But guys, I will say is going to probably shift how we see things and how we think when we answering these questions. So again, if you can take it now this year, knock it out, get with your girl. I got boot camp coming up in a few days. I suggest you jump up in there so you can get everything you need for this year. However, December, things are shifting. All right. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. This is a glimpse of what the changes are. Just in case you zoned out, you left, went and cooked you a meal, came back, saw the video still playing and like, what the heck she talking about? Here it goes at a glance. It's showing you right here and there. So just take a, get your phone out, take a picture so you'll know it. If you're in my community or you're on my email list, you'll be getting a nice template of all the changes, just adjusted in a simple format so you can see it and understand it. And I think you guys will be good to go. Remember, it's not about the test changing. It's about how you prepare. So trust your training, use your strategy, execute with confidence. You do not have to rush or panic. You just have to have a plan. And that is what I'm here to do. So if you join us, we got one program, one path, and we work with you until you pass. Take care. See you in the next one.